Sunday, first week of April, and I thought I'd just make a short vid on what's up, my opinion, my feelings, and things I have in the works. In this video, there'll be a small touch on my Ruth Stout garden prep, on changing the oil for the first time in my Cub Cadet Challenger 750 ESP. Now, in case I forget to mention that, I actually changed the oil. That is, they recommend for the warmer weather 2050 engine oil. I'm not going to use that. I've done some research, and my Dodge Ram EcoDiesel, I use the Rotella T6, which is a synthetic blend. Actually, it's a full synthetic. I've had zero issues, 46,000 miles on that truck now. Oil pressure is always good. I don't burn any oil, so I'm going to use that in my Challenger. Hopefully it'll be okay. My Challenger is out of base warranty. The warranty does extend, I think it's 2 years. I'd have to look in the manual for emission-related items, which is like the fuel pump, the fuel injector, the cat, and so forth. But basically the base warranty is gone. So I'm on my own now. And to be honest, I used it yesterday. If you saw that video on pulling hay off of the Dodge Ram 3500, I used it today, just kibitzing around, so to speak. I've used it for snow plowing, getting firewood, pulling. I've got this, I don't even know what they are, but they're kind of like a blackberry bush. They're full of thorns and they're everywhere. So what I usually do is that yellow cable strap, kind of tow strap I used yesterday to pull the hay off of the Dodge. I wrap that around the base of the root on all of these thorny plants, and I pluck them right out of the ground. It's very fast. It's very easy with this machine, and I couldn't tell you how many I've done so far. I'm inundated with these things. But anyway, next week I hope to change the oil, like I said, for the first time, and I'll show you the oil filter. I learned this on my previous Cub Challenger with the gasket on the filter. If it's a flat gasket, it's very possible the filter's going to leak. So the gasket that I have is a round gasket, and I'll show you all about that when I'm ready to change the oil. But anyway, I'm out here in the back part of my woods, have a fire going. It's 50 some degrees, but I guess I still have some Arizona blood in me because I'm a little chilly, and it wasn't like this before I went to Arizona. I could be out here in a t-shirt when it was in the 20s and be perfectly comfortable, but I guess I have to get reacclimated to my surroundings. So that's one of the downfalls about living someplace desert-wise where the temperature is always warmer or very hot, and then coming back to a temperature that's 20 or 30 degrees below what you're accustomed to. So yeah, the Ruth Stout, the oil change in the Cub, and man, I've got no complaints with that machine, other than the rusted steering wheel, and that's my bad because I should have taken it back. I should have pulled the wheel or took a picture or something and got a hold of my dealer because he's a really great guy, but I didn't. So it's very minute, and it's not an issue other than aesthetics. I'm sure that if I really wanted to, I could pull that wheel off, I could sand it down, clean it up, repaint it any color I want, and it'd be good to go. But that's really why I wasn't pressing the issue, because it's such a minor thing. And knock wood, the machine has been flawless. It starts when I want it to start. There's no leaks. Everything works just fine. The four-wheel drive, the all lock, the lights, everything. It just works. The only real two complaints that I had with it were the winch cable snapped, lifting the plow of all things, and I guess it's just lousy cable and that rusted steering wheel. So it's been over a year that I've had it, and I mean, if that's as bad as it gets, I'm good with that. So, oh, my Harley Dude coffee mug, I don't know if you can see that. We're having a cup of coffee, and I'm a Harley guy. I've had two Harleys. The last one I sold before I went to Arizona was a night train. I'm probably going to be looking into getting another one now that I'm back here, and I know for a fact I will not go back to Arizona. So whatever I do is going to be on this side of the country. But yeah, that's why the Harley Dude coffee mug. As far as the virus goes, man, it's a mess. I know everybody has their share of problems and inconveniences, and some have possibly lost someone they love or know. And, you know, I did a little bit of research on this as well, and apparently the normal flu that we get the flu shots for kills something like, and I don't mean that lightly, it takes the lives of some 56,000 people a year. And we have so much surpassed that now with this particular coronavirus that it's really sad. And where I live, I'm very close to New Jersey and New York, and I was in the military. I've had all kinds of training, sensitivity training they call it. I've worked with an incredible amount of ethnic groups in my life, and I have zero problem with coexisting with anyone. But I have to say that the number of New York and New Jersey license plates that I see around my little town and out here in the middle of nowhere, I can't help but wonder what's the reasoning behind that. I mean, summer homes down here, just looking for escape, confused. I don't know. But it's kind of disheartening that, and if you're on Facebook, I'm sure that you've seen the memes where, you know, you can't train a dog to sit and stay, nor can you train a human to sit and stay. And people aren't taking it seriously. I'm not sure what the bottom line is, but we do need to take it seriously. Younger people with specific health disorders are at risk, elderly people, and I don't know how to come across, the words escape me, that, or should I say, the seriousness of this particular pandemic. And people need to think about other people, not just themselves. Other people have moms and dads and brothers and sisters and kids and so on. And you really need to worry about everybody, not just you. And if that sounds heartless, I apologize. But I work at a company that builds fire engines, and apparently we're considered an essential business. Well, there's 40 plus people in the building every day where I work. Some do live in New York, some in Pennsylvania, and it's very trying, because I don't want to bring anything home to my wife or my daughter, who I live with every day. And I just want to say be careful. Be courteous. Be conscientious. 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 I can't pronounce that word today for whatever reason. But if you think you've been exposed, or if you're at a risk of being exposed, keep your social distancing. And I know that that phrase is getting so played out. But just be careful and try and keep those around you and those that you know and love healthy and safe. Initially, they said young children and older people were at risk, but I've seen so many stories where middle-aged, younger people that were supposedly healthy have passed because of this. So apparently anyone is at risk. And don't take it lightly. Seriously, don't take it lightly. Keep your hands clean, keep your social distancing, keep everybody that you know and love as safe as possible. And don't think it can only happen to the other guy, because that's not true. That's, in the military, we used to call that complacency. And complacency will get you killed. So be careful and do what you know is right. You know what's right in your heart. So just follow your heart and do what's right. So off of that topic, I just want to finish this up with next week's video. Again, should be the oil change in the Cub Cadet Challenger. A little bit more on possibly the garden. I'm going to start growing my seeds. I've saved a lot of seeds from last year, and we'll see how they germinate and grow. I've done a little research, and apparently 4 weeks before the growing season is optimal to start your seeds indoors, so that they're big and they have, the best chance of rocking on. And I'm getting ready to start that possibly next week. I may wait until the week after. I've got a couple other irons in the fire that I need to work on. So I just wanted to make this short video. Actually, it's turning out to be longer than I thought it would. But I'm sitting out here in the woods. I have a fire going, drinking a coffee, listening to the birds, the rooster crowing, and I can see the horses from here, and oh my God, the horses are the original 4x4. The world turns to complete and utter chaos. If you have a horse and you know how to ride, you are good to go. And trust me, no zombie is going to eat my horse. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless. So we're at 34 hours. The manual says to do the first oil change at 50. However, I plan on doing this next weekend, and I'm quite certain I won't have 50 hours on it. Well, this is going to be the garden area for 2020. And I just laid 2 more round bales down. So now I'm probably on an average, it's still fluffed up, 8 to 10 inches thick. After I laid the first round bales, I spread all the ash from my wood stove across the top of that first layer, and I did some research. Apparently Epsom salt is good for your garden, so I spread a very small amount of that across the top of the first layer and on top of the wood stove ash. And today I put the next 2 round bales down. So we'll see how this works out. Last year I had no complaints. Very minimal effort. Just kind of let everything do its thing. And I was extremely happy, especially with the spaghetti squash. Actually, probably 8 or 10 of them left from the end of last year. keep them in the basement where it stays cool. So no mold, none of them went bad. It's just astounding. I canned a lot of tomatoes, made salsa, made spaghetti sauce, and so on. But this year I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not putting the corn in here, and I'm putting all the viney kind of things in a different location. And as I get closer to that goal, I'll post that and show what I'm talking about. But as far as this area goes this year, I'm going to concentrate on cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, peas, eggplant, and possibly zucchini. Definitely going to grow zucchini, but I'm not sure that it's going to be in this location. So, oh, and after I put it down, I did hook the sprinkler up, and I saturated the living heck out of it to help with the decomposition. So, and my other goal is to get some bees. Last year was a bust. I thought it was going to work out, but it didn't, and I procrastinated, and I have no bees. But I'm probably going to move that hive and buy a, I'm not even sure what they call it, a nuc maybe, with a queen. 3 pounds of bees up here is like $120. So I'm probably going to do that. And then I'm going to fence this all in with some chicken wire around the bottom, so that I can put my ducks in here and alleviate my slug problem, which I have big time. Last year I tried to make a few traps, and I followed some advice online, and it just did not work out. I've read that the ducks will, be a great pest control without damaging the plants. So as that progresses, I'll probably wind up making a video of that as well.